A dad slams a Maine school board over the controversial book Gender Queer, and some major backlash after a California class was teaching lessons about white privilege. Joining us this morning to discuss is Parents Defending Education's Alex Nestor. Good morning to you. Welcome back here to the National Desk. So this father in Maine spoke up at his school board this week asking why the book Gender Queer was even part of the reading material made available at school. Tell us about this book and why parents are speaking up about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great question why this book is being made available to kids in classrooms across the country. But Gender Queer is a comic book style novel about the author, Maya Kobabe, and the experience the author has being non-binary. And the reason why parents have an issue with this is the book contains a few very graphic scenes of sex acts between two teenagers. And the problem here, of course, is schools aren't transparent about what types of materials are being made available to minor children in middle school and high school libraries. So, of course, parents like this dad are going to speak up when you see, a graphic visual depiction of sex acts between minors like what's included in this book.
And even the author of Gender Queer said herself, this book was not meant for children. She does not recommend it for kids. These are her own words. The sexually explicit content did force schools nationwide to remove it. But the big question, as we keep, talking about here, is how does this end up in school libraries to begin with? These books are curated, but the people curating these books, are they even opening them?
That's a good question. What we see typically happen here, a few different things. One is you can have a massive nonprofit organization like GLSEN, for example, donate either the book or a grant, for the school to then include more LGBT content under the guise of being equitable and inclusive. So that's one way these books are getting into these school libraries is through grants from nonprofits or other organization. And again, it's under the guise of trying to be inclusive and welcoming to all kids. And it does not look like people are doing their due diligence in ensuring that we're not providing minors with graphic sexual content.
And now to California, Alex, where parents say division and confusion was created among students when a guest teacher taught a lesson about white privilege to choir students. What happened here? Explain this.
Well, we're seeing, equity in these types of conversations, divisive conversations on, race, sex, gender, what have you, pop up all over the place. You see it in math with this push for, anti-racist or equitable math. So in this case, you have it was a guest lecturer, apparently, for equity come into a choir class. And according to the mom, this guest lecturer apparently said that white people have no culture. And again, these are conversations that you'll see pop up from time to time. And it looks like, the school might have given this guest lecturer a slap on the wrist, but they have a, DEI director for the district. So you're just going to see conversations like this continue to happen, unfortunately.
The spokesperson for the San Ramon Valley Unified School District did admit the content was not appropriate and also said was offensive. So what happens now? How is the district addressing this incident?
Well, the district apparently, said they've handled it, that they've, talked to this guest lecturer. But look, first and foremost, it's so important that moms like this mom in this district stood up and said something. It sends a message to the district that, hey, you can't get away with this. We send our kids to school to learn reading, writing, math, or have opportunities to participate in choir. I don't expect my kid to come back feeling guilty because of their race. So, unfortunately, because we know equity is not about equality, it is about, the redistribution of resources according to race. This school they have a DEI instructor. This is just going to continue to happen, unfortunately.
Parents Defending Education's Alex Nestor, thanks for joining us this morning. Have a great weekend.
Thanks. You do the same.